What's going on, YouTubers? What's happening? What's going on, Periscopers and Twitter live people? Got YouTube over here, Periscope, and Twitter live over here. So my name is Ken Cloutier of GetMotivatedForSuccess.com, and I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I teach network marketers and entrepreneurs how to generate leads for their business, sponsor more reps, and make more money. So have you ever found yourself stagnant, stuck in a certain part or a certain level in your business, your home business, network marketing? It could even be, a traditional business. But have you ever found yourself stagnant and you're doing all the work, you're doing all the activities, but you're just not really able to push it forward? So today what I want to do is give you a quick kind of a thought process on what you can do to move your business forward. And a lot of it, if you are taking the action, the right amount of action, is more to do with mindset. And so if you find yourself stuck, I've found myself stuck plenty of times. I've been in the network marketing industry for 15 years now. And one of the things that you have to do it. It's like business 101 is you have to be willing to reinvent yourself. When I first got in business 15 years ago, what worked back then doesn't necessarily work right now. Many times, if you look at a lot of different companies, from Coca-Cola to Pepsi to Apple to DirecTV to cable television, whatever it is, they're constantly reinventing themselves, right? They don't just stay with the same, think about cell phones. You don't have the same plans that you had 15 years ago. They reinvent themselves with the times, right? They're not so stubborn and stuck on, this is the only way we do it, we have to do it this way or else it doesn't work. What they've done is they've looked at their demographics, they've looked at their target audience, they've realized that people, want cameras, they want to be able to record things, they want to be able to live stream. So they've effectively changed over time. And this is a lot of companies, pretty much any big name company you can think of, they've always reinvented themselves. They don't just stay stagnant. And that is so true when we're talking about your business opportunity. 15 years ago when I got started in network marketing, it was normal to meet people at the gas stations, meet people at the grocery store, sit down with them at Starbucks, share your opportunity, do hotel meetings, all of that stuff, which still works now. It's not that it doesn't work. It's just if you're stuck and you're doing all those things and you're not getting any further, what I would recommend to do is to reinvent yourself. Look at other ways, other methods that you can generate leads for your business. Look at other ways that you can share your business opportunity. Maybe it's not a hotel meeting, maybe it's a webinar that you do to share your business. Maybe it's not, always meeting people at the gas stations and the grocery stores. Maybe it's doing some attraction marketing or branding yourself. So there's multiple ways to skin a cat. I hate that. Sounds, cat lovers, I'm sorry. I don't mean anything. There's no negative connotation to that at all. But it's like an old saying, there's multiple ways to get to the same destination. It's just, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to do things differently than you've done, right? Network marketing is not being built the same way that it was 15, 20, 30 years ago, right? There's a lot of things that have changed. We have social media. We have a totally different new demographic. So you have to change with the times. And if you're stuck where you've been and you just keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. So what I'm proposing to you is that you have an open mind to reinvent yourself, to do things differently, to try new things. And that is going to help you get unstuck, right? If when everybody's zigging, you're zagging, right? And I had to do that, in my network marketing business. I had to make a decision to keep doing what was being taught by my upline that worked. I built my business to a certain point, but I stagnated. I got really stale. Things just weren't happening, and I had to zig when everybody else was zagging to create some new blood, to create a brand for myself, to learn how to do some different things that were going to attract customers, that were going to attract, prospects, and ultimately was going to be able to build my business. So you have to be willing to reinvent yourself and really keep growing. The challenge, especially if you're at a lull in your business, is to look at everybody else and the success they're having. And instead, what you want to do is you want to start challenging yourself. Are you becoming a better person every single day? And you don't want to compare yourself to anybody else. The challenge is comparing yourself to you. Are you a better person today than you were yesterday? Do you have a game plan? What's up, Brandy? Do you have a game plan to be better tomorrow than you were today? So you have to keep growing yourself and really working on yourself. And you have to ask yourself this question, do you deserve success? I think you deserve success, but based on your right, based on how you're working on yourself and growing yourself, do you deserve the success that you want? It's going to take effort. It's going to take, stepping out of your comfort zone. It's going to take that kind of stuff on reinventing yourself. It goes back to reinventing yourself. The way that you begin to reinvent yourself is to start growing as a person, start change your thought process, change some of your activities that you do, change some of your habits. All of that goes into reinventing yourself. So, when I started in network marketing business, what worked back then doesn't always necessarily work now. And you either, in today's economy, today's world, you either reinvent yourself or you are out of business. I think Bill Gates said it years ago. He said companies that stay offline only, if you're not online, you're going to be out of business. Why? Because he understood reinventing yourself with the times. So that's the first one, is reinvent yourself. The second one is, you know, meet resistance head on. In other words, whatever you are, what's the word I can think of? Fear that you have is what you're resisting. So for some of you, it could be videos, it could be talking in front of people, it could be blogging, it could be, using social media as a whole. Maybe you're not used to it, you don't really know, it's a foreign territory. That's a resistance. And in the book, The Art of War, excuse me, not The Art of War, that's another good book, but The War of Art. The War of Art. I forget who it's by off the top of my head, but basically what the author talks about is your biggest resistance, whatever you're resisting, whatever you should do, but you don't want to do it, is exactly what you need to do in order to move on, right? That's what you were called to do. Your biggest resistance is going to be your biggest breakthrough. So if you're somebody who doesn't like making videos, you've always kind of scoured at it, you're like, I don't know, I'm nervous, and that's a big resistance for you, do videos. Just do them. Just do them. And that is where you're going to connect with more people, because obviously more people, and my belief system, that's the adversary speaking, right? That's the adversary saying you're not good enough, you can't do it. But you have to not listen to the adversary, and you have to just do what is the biggest resistance that you're dealing with. Do that, because that's how you're going to be able to reach the most amount of people. So be willing to step out of your comfort zone, especially if you're stuck, if you're stagnant. Reinvent yourself and step out of your comfort zone and hit head on whatever you're resisting, whatever gets you nervous, whatever has you fearful, whatever terrifies you. That's what you need to do in order to move on. And that is going to help you. It's more mindset than anything, because you're capable of doing videos. It's not like you can't do videos. It's the mindset. It's something in your mind that's blocking you from the success that you want to have, right? And so you want to overcome that, you have to take action, because action cures all fear. Remember that, action cures fear. So the more action you take of which you're fearful of, it's not going to be fearful anymore. When I first started videos, I was nervous. I wasn't used to talking like this to you, right? It was weird, nobody's talking back. But I had to get over my fear. The only way to get over my fear was to take action and practice and keep taking action, right? Yes, you feel amazing once you face your fears. That's absolutely 100% true, Brandy. When you face your fears and you take action towards what you were fearful of, you realize, wow, that wasn't so bad. It's kind of like, remember when you were a little kid and you were learning how to swim, and the instructor told you to jump off the diving board, and maybe you were afraid of heights, maybe you were afraid of the deep end, but you did it. Remember how good that felt? You jumped off, you landed in the water, you came up, you were still alive, you didn't drown, and you were like, wow, that wasn't nearly as scary as I thought it was. And then the next thing you know, half an hour later, you're running up, jumping off, running up, jumping off, running up, jumping off, and it became fun. And that's what facing your fears do, is once you face them and you hit them head on, now all of a sudden it becomes fun. It's not that big of a deal anymore. But the only way you do that is through action. Action cures all fears. So that's my message for you today. If you're stuck, if you're stagnant, you have to reinvent yourself, number one. You have to do things differently. Stop doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results, right? That's going to drive yourself nuts. So reinvent yourself. Do things differently. Do something different. Yeah, that's cool. You went to Cuba. Yeah, it was amazing. When Brandy's just saying that she went to Cuba and she didn't stay, on the all-inclusive resort. She was basically staying with the locals, and it was amazing. And that's so true, because you really get the essence of what the culture is all about. It's not Americanized. You get the real essence of what that country is all about and the people. And it could be fearful, but when you go there and you do that and you look back of what you learned, the people you met, the environment, the times, the fun times that you have, that's facing your fears, taking action. And then it's like a reward that you get back. It's a reward of, wow, that was really life-changing. That was awesome. And the same is true in your business if you take action on those things that you're resisting. So reinvent yourself. Number one, I highly recommend start branding yourself. Don't brand your company, brand you. Become an authority figure online. And then number two is whatever you're resisting, whatever's keeping you at bay and you don't want to do it, that's exactly what you should do, because you're going to reach more people by doing that. And that's when you're going to start having some life changes and some business changes. All right. So if you got value from this, please feel free to share. YouTube, you can share on the share buttons there, and Twitter and Periscope, swipe up or swipe to the right. I've left you a link in YouTube underneath the video, and Scopers and tweets, Twitter peeps. You can go to scopewken.getmotivatedforsuccess or click the link on my profile on Periscope, and I've given to you a 6-page PDF ebook. It's totally free, and it's 19 lead sources for your business. So we're talking about reinventing yourself. Well, here's 19 different ways that you can reinvent yourself and do things a little bit differently than maybe you have. I teach you on and offline tactics on how to get fresh leads for your business, so you can share your business opportunity every single day, because it's all about the numbers. So go ahead and grab that free gift, 6-page PDF ebook from me to you. And with that being said, guys, hope you did get some value. If you did, feel free to share and comment. Love you guys. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome night, and challenge yourself tomorrow. How are you going to be a better person than you were today? With that being said, guys, this is Ken Cloutier of GetMotivatedForSuccess.com down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Have an awesome night. Take care.